It comes out of nowhere. It strikes without warning. It's that soul-sucking stretch of the school calendar between President's Day and Easter. No holidays, no vacations. You know the side effects. First, the body goes loco, followed soon after by the brain. Only the strong survive, like Monica Perling. She uses her Krebs Scout training to find precious nutrients. Even a juggernaut like my brother Pete feels the hurt. Normally, he strikes fear in the heart of all teachers.
Pete Wrigley?
But during those Death Valley days, the Pete just gets burned out of him.
This year was worse than ever. Pete's prayers for an air raid or a snow day had gone unanswered.
Until one mind-melting day when an answer arrived like a message from heaven. They were 2 words, the 2 words that give us all hope.
Sick day.
It's mighty strange. You looking happily deranged. I can't be settled in bed. Or have you picked your target yet? It's ended. Don't your dog bite? It's ended. It's ended. Don't your dog bite? It's ended. It's ended. Don't your dog bite? It's ended.
In Spain, it's called Dia Enfermo. In Hungary, it's Beteg Nap. Around here, it's just known as the sick day. If you're really sick, it can save your life. But if you're not, well, that's another story. This story.
It starts by picking the right disease to fake. You know the classics: colds, earaches, pink eye, and the ever-popular diarrhea. Pete had tried all those. It was time for something big.
Food poisoning? That's a triple Yui.
Unusual, unpredictable, undetectable. Gets me 2 days, easy.
You're going for a double dipper?
If Pete could get 2 days off, he'd be a sick day legend, like Len Tinglehoff, who used mind control to keep his temperature at 101 degrees for 3 days. Or Margaret Stang, who epoxy glued her teeth together and got to drink lamb chops through a straw. Then there's Dewey Munson, who faked his own death. Dewey was last seen in Flagstaff, where he lives with his aunt and calls himself Gene.
But here in Wellsville, on one fateful Tuesday at precisely 0700 hours, the brothers Pete launched Operation Tapioca.
Pete began his assault with the now patented triple-action moan groan.
Pete, something wrong?
My guts, they're boiling.
Mom was a seasoned warrior of the sick day and came on strong with a 3-pronged attack. Glands, temperature, pulse.
I don't think you have a bug, and neither does Petunia. And it wasn't something you ate last night, because we all had the same thing. Ooh, time to get up. Today's a school day.
She was walking right into his trap.
Maybe it was the tapioca.
Tapioca?
Yeah, I had some last night.
The tapioca. It was Pete's secret weapon. You see, a few days earlier, Pete got a grocery clerk to smuggle him a label from an expired can of tapioca.
Remember, if you get busted, this never happened.
What never happened?
Bingo.
Then, he stuck the label on an empty can. That's where I came in. While Pete lured Mom to our bedroom, I made the drop.
Honey, I just talked to Dr. Volker. He said you probably have a mild case of food poisoning. Nothing serious, but I want to keep you home.
But, Mom, we're doing negative fractions.
Negative fractions will wait. You stay in bed. I'll call Aunt Janet and tell her I can't make it to the baby shower.
You don't have to stay, Mom. I'm just gonna sleep all day.
Well, Dr. Volker says sleep's all you really need. And this bucket, just in case. But I hate to leave you alone.
I won't be alone, Mom. I've got my negative fractions.
Such a good boy. All right, honey. I'll leave Aunt Janet's number and some Melba toast in case you get hungry. Does that sound okay?
Mom? Love you.
Once word got out that Pete wouldn't be in school that day, adults wasted no time spreading the good news.
It can't be! Mr. Throneberry! Look!
To Pete's teachers, a day without him was like a Hawaiian vacation.
Aloha maku maku. Dolores, quick, get the code book. Attention, all faculty members. Attention, all faculty members. Kalui Amatutu. Repeat, Kalui Amatutu. Don Ho will not emerge from the Valley of Darkness.
Hello, Freedom. My name is Pete.
With Mom gone, Pete began his adventure by taking in the little things you only notice on a sick day. The way the dust motes waft around in the sunlight. The sound of the refrigerator making ice cubes. And the sweet, marshmallowy taste of an American president going down his food hole. That's when Pete noticed something even more amazing.
Ike!
That's right, Dwight D. Eisenhower. Famous for commanding the Allied forces in Germany and being the only president Pete hadn't shoved up his nose.
Hail to the chief.
But like the Allied forces at Normandy, Ike was there to stay.
Meter man? Who? Anyone home?
Hey, Ray.
Jeez. It must be 73.1 degrees in here. What is this, Jocko, the equator? You people burn more fuel than the sun. What do you think this country's made out of? Energy?
I've got other problems, Ray. Look,
What do you got? A little congestion up there?
President Eisenhower. He's stuck.
That was a man who knew the value of a kilowatt hour. Okay, enough chin music, Red. Time is energy. Let's see what you got over here. Okay, let's see what you got here, Johnny. Let's just see what you got. Right.
There's something you should know about Meter Man Ray. When he checks your electric meter, he sees more than the passing of kilowatt hours. He sees the future.
Do you have a bomb shelter?
No. Why?
Don't worry about it.
What about me? Anything about me?
I see you with Martin Van Buren, our 8th president. He conserved face heat with giant sideburns. Good man.
What?
Oh, he's gonna lead you to the promised land.
Promised land? I'm not going anywhere. I'm faking sick.
The wheel has spoken. It also says your kilowatt usage is up 3%. Tell me, Chief, you folks ever think of using dimmer switches in here?
No, but I'm not going outside. What if someone sees me? It's too risky.
That's fine with me, Professor. If you knew how much heat escapes from the top of your head, woo-hoo, that would make you sick for real. Well, see you next month, Skipper.
Skipper really wasn't going anywhere until he saw it. The Excalibur 2000, the most powerful garage door opener known to mankind. Only Dad was allowed to wield its mighty power, but no one was home. Pete had to try it. He was gonna break the cardinal rule of faking sick. He was going to go outside. Pete knew that by going outside, he risked blowing his whole sick day scam. But he had seen the Excalibur TV commercial too many times to turn back now.
Excalibur, 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 mightiest opener in the land, opens the door with a touch of your hand. Excalibur, Excalibur, its laser shoots through anything, its power will make you feel like a king. Excalibur, Excalibur.
Excalibur!
Chapter 8. Couldn't fit an oversized envelope in the Chakuti's mail slot. When will they ever learn? Note. Found a brown mitten on the sidewalk. Somewhere a child walks with one cold hand. I will do what I can. Also note, Pete Wrigley spotted. Appears to have Vegas funny man Don Rickles up his nose.
No, Eisenhower.
Make that Eisenhower. 35th president, had his own stamp. More on that later.
What are you doing?
Oh, along with the swift completion of my appointed rounds, I'm dictating the story of my life. It's called Stand and Deliver, the Male Woman McGinty Story. What are you doing?
Faking sick.
While faking sick, Pete Wrigley has broken the cardinal rule and gone outside. Let me know how you do for my book.
I'll send you a letter. Wish me luck.
I'll do better than that. Any trouble? I'll send up a flare. Keeps the dogs in line.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Pete knew he should have gone home right then and there. But he had tested the limits of the Excalibur. Now he wanted to test himself.
It was the biggest risk in the world. But then, I guess that's why my brother did it. At precisely 1300 hours, the enemy was sighted.
The Death Star.
His top secret mission? Well, he just wanted to see how his friends were doing. Except for a strange Hawaiian theme, it was pretty much what he expected. Clem had been reduced to bearded goo, while Monica continued her fierce struggle for survival. It was a horror show he'd seen before, but as he took one last look, something new caught his eye. Glenn Wordle. Since the second grade, Glenn had sat behind Pete, but they'd never talked. Not once. All Pete knew about him was that he ate plaque candy, the stuff the dentist gives you to find the gunk on your teeth. It might have been because it was a sick day, but suddenly Pete saw Glenn in a whole new way. Who was the kid behind the teeth? Pete had to know.
Come out with your hands up. We've got the place surrounded. Gotcha, man. I toasted you. I set the toaster on medium brown, pushed down the plunger, and toasted you for breakfast. I toasted you.
And you could have busted me. I'm faking sick today, Stu.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know. Everything is fine in here. There are no dangerous fugitives or anything like that. No, sirree, Bob. I got you covered. I'm sorry. I guess I'm just a little bored.
What do you do all day when we're in school?
Technical stuff.
Want to drive me somewhere?
Ladies and gentlemen, if you direct your attention to the left, we're coming on the majestic splendor of the Wurtle House.
So that's where he lives.
What are we looking for? A body? Signs of foul play? A mysterious stain?
I'm not sure. Wow. I guess that's his bike.
Ladies and gentlemen, Glenn Wurtle's bike! And let's give a warm Wellsville welcome for Glenn Wurtle's shuttlecock.
I didn't know he played badminton.
Are you sure you're just faking sick, Pete?
That's Glenn Wardle's life out there, Stu. All the little things that make him Glenn Wardle. Can't explain it, but you just see things a little differently on a sick day.
At the sound of the tone, it'll be exactly 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock? School's out. I got a vamoose, El Pronto. It's not safe out there. Get back in. I'll give you a ride home.
That's okay, Stu. I'm gonna look around some more.
If I see any sign of trouble, I'll sound the red alert.
Eisenhower.
Just checking.
Pete knew he was pushing his luck, but before he went home, he had to find out a little bit more. Something that would unlock the mystery of Glenn Wurtle's Wurtleness.
No way. Martin Van Buren.
Not only was he our 8th president, he was the name Meterman Ray had mentioned in his prophecy.
What does it mean?
While Pete pondered the future, the present decided to say hello. Pete knew he'd be dead meat if he didn't beat Mom back to the house. But 2 blocks away from home, Pete realized that his sick day adventure still had one last stop.
Hey, Glenn. Hey, Pete. Hi, Pete. Hey, Glenn. How's the plaque?
Not bad. Want some plaque candy? I got extra.
Sure. Thanks.
Hey, isn't that Eisenhower?
Yeah, it is. I don't know how we got up there.
Yeah, I got Harry Truman stuck up my nose once.
Really? How'd you get him out?
Static electricity. I just rub my feet on a rug, touch the doorknob, and fired.
Really? That works?
Yeah, just the other day I had to blast out
Martin Van Buren?
Yeah, Van Buren. How'd you know? Just a guess.
Hey, Pocahontas, you better hurry. Your future's looking dim.
Look, I gotta go. I'll see you soon. Tomorrow.
Chapter 12. Flair has worked. Boy on way home. Just another day in the mailwoman McGinty story.
Pete, where you been?
Doc! You can thank me later.
He was home free. There was no way Mom would know he'd even left his bed. Then he realized his fatal mistake.
The garage door. I left it open.
As powerful as the Excalibur was, he couldn't get a clear shot at the door. If Mom saw it open, he'd be busted for sure. His only hope was to ricochet the beam off the plate in Mom's head.
Sorry, Mom.
How's my little honey bunny?
He's doing a little better.
Good. Another day's rest, and you should be back on your feet.
Actually, I'm feeling a whole lot better, thanks to the Melba toast. I might even be able to go back to school tomorrow.
Well, we'll see. Meanwhile, you go back to sleep.
Pete didn't need Meter Man Ray to tell him his future. He knew exactly what the next day would bring. Thanks to his sick day, he'd have a new friend, a newly enlarged left nostril, and best of all, a brand new way of looking at the world.
They're plain and simple.